Stretch that we're going to look at for hip internal rotation is from a seated position. So from a seated position, we can try to find hip internal rotation, but we can facilitate this even better by providing a block between the thighs. What that's going to do is it's going to allow the user to get some feedback as to whether or not they're compensating with the leg that they're rotating, and it's going to ensure that we keep nice tension through the inner thighs while doing so. This is going to build better strength for them over time. Things that we want to be aware of with posture is we don't want to, as they start to rotate, we don't want to allow them to move into too much trunk extension. We want to keep the trunk neutral and braced down. So keep ribs pulled down. That'll keep them in a more solid position. And we want to feel like the shoulders are depressed and down to the sides. We don't want them slouched, but in more of a steady position where there's no compensating going on. Now, we don't want to just think about lifting the foot here. So we don't want to just lift the foot. We want to think about pressing into the block and rotating the femur bone. So I want to think about rotating from the hip, not the foot. In doing so, look for compensations from lateral movement. So we want to keep nice and square with the block. So think belly button lined up with the mid of the block. And really think about rotating from the hip. And in doing so, the foot should lift up. Throughout that entire static stretch, we're continuously pressing into the block. So this is going to give a good base foundation and hip internal rotation strength.